Ladies and gentlemen, we are at Feed the Needy. It's Feed the Needy 1994.org. As you can see behind, there are these boxes. It's Feed the Needy, and these are only just one single bottle right now in these boxes, and the number of boxes actually go to 5,000 or even over 5,000. This is a beautiful warehouse. People are already working here. We have quite a few people working. A lot of food has already come in cans and so many other things. Apart from that, we have different kinds of food here, boxes for the needy. This food will be delivered to lots of people in Memphis, Tennessee, and Shelby County, only to the people who are in need. We are going to talk about all of these people who donate food and resources, and we are going to discuss it with the people involved. So, as you see, whole lot of work goes on into feeding the needy, and we are going to talk about that in just a second. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching One Universe, and this is your host, Sandeep Pednekar. Welcome to another episode of One Universe that promotes positivity through the promotion of love, peace, and harmony. And as you can see, we have two wonderful people with me, and in the background, we see a warehouse and boxes. We are going to be talking about that. But first, I'm going to ask my guests to introduce themselves. Ma'am, you go first.
Good morning. My name is Ruth Banks, and I am the chairman and CEO of Feed the Needy.
All right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Pope. I am currently a lieutenant with the Shelby County Sheriff's Office and a volunteer for Feed the Needy.
All right. Lieutenant Pope, please tell our viewers about you as an individual.
Well, first off, I'll say that I'm happily married, 35 years. I'm a graduate of Hamilton High School. I have a master's degree in criminal justice. I've been at the Sheriff's Office going on 36 years, and I'm a community member of Memphis and Shelby County.
All right. And ma'am, you?
I am a divorcee. I am the proud mother of 3 sons and 1 daughter. I have grandchildren, great-grands. I am a retiree from the Cargill Memphis corn plant.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So, with your background in Cargill, what did you do over there?
At Cargill, I was a writer, trainer, planner, and also served for 21 and a half years as their adopted school coordinator, where I interact with the community, with the schools that was on the fence line, where we are located off of President's Island.
I see. And what was it that made you think about feeding the needy?
How Feed the Needy came about is that we partner with those adopted schools in the South Memphis community, because I originally from Mississippi. I'm the 4th of 14 siblings, and growing up in South Memphis, the teachers, the principals, different sorority and fraternity, they would come to my late mother, Riola Dr. Bass. They would give us things for the holiday because certain things we just didn't have. She couldn't afford to give us. And my children, they attended Memphis City Schools there in the Westwood community, and they had doctors. And when I went to work for Cargill during my tenure there, when I retired in 2015, after 21 and a half years there, I served as the adopted school coordinator. And knowing firsthand what it was coming from South Memphis, what it was that the children were faced with, we was able to get Cargill to adopt 3 elementary schools at that particular time, which was Riverview, Florida, and Kansas Elementary. So this is how Feed the Needy came about, because the teachers and the guiding council would tell us that during the holiday season, family would go home and not have anything to eat.
No. So you started this as a non-profit in 1994.
At first, when we first started, we was not a nonprofit organization. We received our nonprofit status in 2013. Prior to that, we was not a nonprofit organization. So Cargill wanted to make sure that we could get more corporation to come in to help. And we already had sponsors that was helping us, but in order to get funding, we became a 501c3 in 2013.
Very nice. Okay. And what exactly do you do? So let us now talk about the in-depth details of what exactly is being done under Feed the Needy.
What's being done with Feed the Needy is that we are, as an organization that have multiple business partners that connect with us, we only scratching the surface of what the need is in the community. And doing so is that we rely heavily on our law enforcement agency. Here you see today, you have officers from the Shelby County Sheriff Department as well as the Memphis Police Department. And they are basically our eyes and ears out there in the streets because they see what I don't get a chance to see. And they see what the need is and they bring that information to us. And then we have our stakeholders who employees are out there seeing what I don't see. And they bring that information and we have a vetting process that we vet our recipients each year. And we want to make sure that we can get these food baskets into the home that is needed. But the need is so great and our waiting list outruns our funding. So,
So very true, and I know this for sure firsthand because there are definitely many organizations that feed people. There are churches that provide food and some funding also with regards to hunger. However, Memphis is the hunger capital of the United States. So there are different aspects to hunger or the definition of hunger. What we define as hunger is different from the definition of what hunger is defined in Africa, in many countries in Africa. Right? For them, they might not eat for a few days, and that would be hunger for them. For us here, it is, oh, I only had a burger, which means I'm still hungry. You might eat 3 times a day, but you're still hungry. You go to bed hungry. So definition of hunger here and the definition of hunger somewhere else in other part of the world are different. However, no matter what, we live in the most prosperous nation on the face of the planet. Hunger should not be an issue here, but it is. And for Memphis to be the hunger capital of the US, it's a shame on us.
yes, yes it is.
Right? So there are multiple efforts that are going on in the city and have been going on for a long time, but there is no coalition of all of the things that are happening together here. So I am part of an organization that started Memphis Area Coalition on Hunger.
Okay.
So I know what the need is. I know how much the need is, where it needs to be done. And the coalition was formed because people, they are doing it in parts and parcels all over the city. I bring this up because I understand the outreach that you have for over 5,000 people, and we do this twice a year.
Twice a year.
Yeah. But even doing this, only saying it's only 2 times, the need is for 363 days of the year.
But we do this mass here twice a year. But we have food pantries that we partner with, that all our additional food, it goes into those food pantries that when people need food, they can go there and we donate all of our non-perishable food items to those food pantries. The Memphis Police Department is the largest one, and now Shelby County Sheriff Department, they are putting in place now a food pantry so that when their officers are out there and they see there's a need, they have what they need to go and get it. Even without that, the Sheriff's Department calls me and I have resources that I can direct them to where they can go get the non-perishable food items for those families that's in need.
Okay. And so you mentioned food pantries, and there are food banks as well.
Right.
How many we have? I know Mid-South Food Bank.
Right.
How many other food banks are there?
But you have the Memphis Police Department, they have like wards and precincts. And now, like I said, the Memphis Sheriff, the Shelby County Sheriff Department, they are setting up a food pantry for their officers, and they can contact their liaison that works directly with me when they come across family that is in need. So there are multiple places. Then we deal with churches and our civic organizations. And some daycare centers, they come to us for the additional food that we have left over.
And tell me again, for how many years have you been doing this?
This is Feed the Needy, 29th year. And
29th year.
yeah, and let me point out to you,
Uh-huh.
when we started out, we was only doing a record and honoring 50 families.
Wow.
Yes,
50. And
50.
now it has gone 100-fold.
It's gone 100-fold plus.
Plus, right? So now, because of your involvement, do you think that the food bags are called bags because of your last name? See, and then there was right.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So, it is very obvious that you have your heart and soul into all of this, which is very commendable. What is the feeling? Now, this is a job for you. You are a paid employee of this 501c3, so you get paid. But apart from that, this is your heart and soul. So talk to us about how you feel working for this.
How I feel working for Feed the Needy is because growing up, when you there are 14 kids in the house, and you know we lived on hand-me-downs. I share this with you. Growing up, I didn't get a chance to really go to school like I should have. I came out of school when I was 21 years old, 21 and a half years old. So, you know, that was something that I had to deal with. I became a teen mom, and in public, community leaders like yourself and Lieutenant Pope here, they would come in and they would help my mom with us. And it's
nice.
yeah, and so I'm very passionate about this because when they gave to my late mother, they gave them the best. And I'm very passionate about what I do and what I give to anybody that's receiving a food box from Feed the Needy. We want to make sure that what they're getting is a very nutritious meal. They're not going to only eat one day. It's going to last for more than a week. And we just trying to help them because things that we come across with Feed the Needy is that when I receive the calls and I'm vetting the recipients, a lot of them don't have money to pay for their utilities. Some of them have to get evicted. There have been cases when the law enforcement officers out there delivering the basket, they came across where they didn't even have a cook stove to cook on. We have been able to get brand new stoves, high-end stoves from one of the business here that was in Memphis. They are no longer here, and they donated those stoves to those recipients. There have been cases where they didn't even have a refrigerator, and the officers would pool their money together and go and buy a refrigerator to put in at home. So Feed the Needy is a hand-on organization. We don't have a line where you have to pull up and pass that box on, but these recipients, they interact with the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff Department, and the rest of the stakeholders, so they know firsthand what is at that home. And they send that information back to me and see if there's something that we can do to help that family. We've even had to take up money for some family members who have lost a family member. They'll pay for the funeral costs. So it goes beyond that food basket.
Right. So now we on our show always talk about doing good for others. First, do good for yourself because you have to be strong enough to help others. Help your family members, your extended family, your friends, your extended friends, and then go beyond your friend circle and help the community.
Yes.
And when you help somebody who is beyond your circle of influence,
Yes.
what you receive is something phenomenally greater than what you give to others.
Give out. Yes.
And what I see is you're receiving a whole lot. I see the passion in you, and you are feeding your soul. You're feeding the needy,
Yes.
but I see that you're feeding your soul. And Lieutenant Pope, I know that Shelby County is not forcing you to come here. The sheriff is not forcing you to come here. The department is not forcing you, but you are here. You are here on Fridays, volunteering your time and your efforts to help this organization feed the needy. So tell me, we know you have your heart and soul into this, but I want to hear it from you about your pull and your desire to come and volunteer for this organization?
Well, first off, I started helping out with Feed the Needy probably, I think, in 2018.
Okay.
We started out as a command of domestic violence unit. And we go out and we deal with situations that deal with single moms, with children, no place to go, trying to find housing and get them counseling. And then it became an issue where they didn't have food because the women, the ladies did not have jobs, things like that. So one of my co-workers was a part of Feed the Needy. She told me about it. And I said, I would love to do something like that. So I've been coming ever since, and every time we
Can you mention the name of this person?
Yeah, her name is Nicole Bromley. She's now a sergeant at Shelby County Sheriff's Office. She introduced me to Feed the Needy, and I've been coming ever since. And we have victims involved in sexual assaults, domestic violence, people who are being evicted. Sometimes you have people come from other states, trying to come to Stanley State Hotel, and they run out of the funding. And so I always reach out to Feed the Needy, Miss Ruth, and ask her, say, hey, can I get a box to give to this family? She says yes, and she make it accessible to me, and that's why I pour my heart out. So when she calls, say, can you get your team to come to help, fill this box? I run over here, try to make it an opportunity for me to give back, because she gives to me when I call and get those requests for the boxes that I need to help these women and children who are in desperate need of food.
Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you also to the department for letting you volunteer. This is really wonderful. How many people from your department are here helping?
Well, today I think I have probably maybe 10 people here today.
Okay.
But on the day that we have the actual delivery days, it could be anywhere from 50 employees from the Sheriff's Office who come. We are kind of broken down into different groups. We have individuals from the Reserve Unit. We have a Community Service Unit. We have the Detective Division, some patrol unit guys, school deputies to come out. And we put our resources together. We go out, divide the county into different districts. And each one of these units get together and they go to different districts and deliver the packages to the families.
Okay, and that in itself is a big logistical, not a nightmare, but it's a big logistics to handle. And
yes.
So now, today is the 3rd of March, and you are preparing for Easter.
April the 6th.
April the 6th. So it is at least a month or more in advance, and a whole lot of time, efforts, money, and everything goes into preparing to provide this food to the needy. So many people come from so many organizations and individuals too. So I want to appeal to our listeners and viewers that Feed the Needy, feedtheneedy1994.org is the website that you can go and reach out to Miss Ruth so that you can also volunteer. You can donate and volunteer. So let us go into the items that are being donated. So can we go over those?
Before we go into the items, if you don't mind, I would just like to say, if it wasn't for Memphis Shelby County School leadership team, Chief Carolyn Jackson and her security team and the school board, if it wasn't for Memphis and Shelby County School, it's no way Feed the Needy could be successful, because they're the one who donate this warehouse space where we are. This is a gift from Memphis Shelby County School. Memphis Shelby County School also, there's school resource officers in the school identifying families for Feed the Needy to receive food baskets. And they work closely with the police department, sheriff department, in identifying these families. So I just want to make sure that, Memphis Shelby County School,
I'm so glad.
they're the one that's donating this space to us.
Sure, yes. So what I want to do is also go over the items, and I also want to go over all the people who are associated with this. As you can see, we have this is a small flyer of big individuals, big, and I mean big as in huge, who have a big heart, who are giving back to the community, and we are going to be talking about that. But so please let us talk about the food items that are being donated. So I'm going to point out to the items one by one.
That'll be, you want to go with the
yeah.
donated item
Yes.
first?
Yeah. So
The donated item would be the Western oil and the rice. The Western oil is coming from Richardson Oilseed.
okay.
Okay, that's the Western company. And then you have Riviana, that's the rice. But all the other food items that you see here displayed, which is not all of them yet that goes into the box, those items is that we have to raise money, apply for grants to purchase the food to go into the boxes.
Okay. All right. So you have to purchase them. What is the annual budget that you have?
Our budget for 2022 last year was $580,000.
I see. Okay, $580,000 just
Right.
for.
That was Thanksgiving and Easter. That was the total budget.
I see. Okay. And that is completely raised. So you are talking about the 580,000 includes the shipment also.
Everything, that we our operating, that's covered. That $580,000 cover our whole everything that we need to operate. That's for purchasing food, supplies that we need to be able to do what we need to do.
Very nice. Okay, so let us go over all of these people and organizations. Please talk about them.
Okay. The first one here, that's Cargill. That's where I worked there for 21 and a half years.
That is where you originated from.
I originated from Cargill and I retired in 2015.
Okay.
After 21 and a half years.
So you were doing this even when you were working?
When I was at Cargill, I worked a full-time job at Cargill, but then Cargill allowed me, an hourly employee, to go out and head up their adopted school program, and I network with the community.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful. Okay. So now how does Cargill help?
Cargill, we receive grants from Cargill Foundation, Cargill Cares Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, Cargill still support Feed the Needy.
I see.
Oh, one other thing let me point out to you
Sure.
is that on the item that's on this table, the items that are missing, you don't see the mac and cheese nor the instant potatoes. They're not. They're due to ship on the 11th.
Okay.
Okay. The other item that will go in the box on the day, the final day, will be a 10 to 12 pound bone-in ham. You will have your dinner rolls and your butter. We can't afford the eggs anymore, so we can't. We used to have eggs in the box,
Yeah,
but the eggs.
the egg prices have only gone like 10 times.
Yeah, so we can't afford the eggs. So those are the items that are missing right now off the table.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. So the box really fills up.
It fills up, yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so let us go over one by one.
Okay, the
Let me
Hershey
show you.
Company, they donate for Thanksgiving. They donate all the peanut butter and the cocoa. Plus, we receive funding from the Hershey Foundation.
Very nice.
We receive a grant from the Barnhart. Yes, and they make sure that we have all the team members in here with the forklift drivers and anything else that we need. We receive a grant from the Valero Energy Foundation. We receive funding from the Shelby County Sheriff Department. We receive funding from the Shelby County Sheriff Association.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. The Memphis Police Department, every year, I think this is going to be their 9th year, but I will have to ask Colonel Green. I think this is going to be the 9th year.
Okay.
Each year, what the Memphis Police Department does, they do a bowling tournament each year in September. And all the funds that is raised, they keep nothing. They donate all the funds to Feed the Needy. So they have an annual bowling tournament every year in September to raise funds to help Feed the Needy. We receive a grant from KTG. The Riviana Company, we already forestated, we receive all our rights from them. The Richardson Oil Company, we receive all our Western oil. So this is one of your sororities here, which is the Memphis Humane Delta. We receive money from them. As I forestated, the Memphis Shelby County School, our contributor for this warehouse space, as well as our security. Bowling Enterprise, we receive funding from them. United Room, they donate the forklift to us.
Okay.
There's the Hill Service. We receive funding from Hill Service.
What kind of?
Hill's Industrial Environmental Service. So Feed the Needy was born out of the manufacturing environment. So most of all of our stakeholders you see here, with the exception of the Memphis Police Department and Shelby County Sheriff Department and Memphis and Shelby County School, they are not part of the manufacturing. Because when I'm pointing all this out to you, they are manufacturers.
Okay, and how about the
This is a Delta. This is a sorority. This is a Delta chapter here, the Memphis chapter here.
how do they contribute?
They contribute funding plus volunteers.
Volunteers. Okay, all right.
So all of them have their volunteers in here.
Okay.
But Bowling Enterprise, they are out of Arkansas. They're a long time supporter of Feed the Needy for years. United Rental is forklift company.
And so they rent it only for that period of time, for the
No.
1 month or 1 month?
No. United Rental, that forklift that you see that I was on earlier, that forklift is in this warehouse from the time I come in until I leave.
I see. Okay.
Yes. Nucor Steel, we received a grant from Nucor Steel.
So that's just funding.
That's funding.
Okay.
Volunteers. Y'all, these are volunteers. Okay. This is Alpha Phi Alpha, the Uplift. We received a grant from Pete Mitchell and Associate Insurance.
Okay.
And they also are our insurer for the organization.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We received a grant from ADM Foundation. A Plus Bail, we received funding from them.
Okay.
UFCW Local 1529, that's we receive a funding from them. West Rock is a company out of Tupelo, Mississippi. West Rock is responsible for all the boxes that we receive.
Very
That's
nice.
yes, that's
and
one.
I see they have your name and logo printed on
Yes,
it. So
yes.
it is a very well professionally done thing. So yeah, operation very good.
Milwaukee Tools, they donate us all of our gloves now, and they just recently purchased 2 new electric machines for us to expedite on the day of the delivery. So we have 2 electric machines already, but now we have 4. We're able now to move through the warehouse and get more and more boxes taped for Lieutenant Pope and the rest of the team to get out the warehouse quick, fast, in a hurry. This is
Cap Alpha Psi fraternity. My beloved.
Yeah, please. Yes, speak up.
yes, speak up.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Can't hear you.
Cap Alpha Psi fraternity incorporated. One of our slogans is achievement every human endeavor. So we are volunteers to help feed the needy in that time of need. We come out and pick up boxes, store boxes, deliver boxes, whatever she needs. The Caps are always at the forefront in assisting.
Very nice.
So Memphis and West Tennessee Labor Council, they just came aboard last year with Feed the Needy, and they joined in with us. And this Labor Council, they have members of the various plants here in Memphis and West Tennessee area. That they have members, and they part of this one umbrella of labor unions. So this is the AFL-CIO Labor Council.
Okay.
Yes.
And,
This is Colton Steakhouse and Grill. They donate funds, and when we do the bowling tournament with the Memphis Police Department, they donate gift cards and bags, different items for the giveaways. They have door prize and giveaways.
very nice. And this definitely helps reach over 5,000 families.
Right. Each household receives this box letter. This goes into the box where they'll see everybody that's responsible for what they're seeing.
So the idea is, of course, to reach out to a larger public, and especially to the ones who need.
Yes.
And I also heard from Lieutenant Pope that you have a specific criteria that it cannot be every person every single time. So please tell us about that.
So what Feed the Needy does is we had 3,900 households that we impacted for Thanksgiving. So if you received a basket from us for Thanksgiving, we want to make sure that we give the families for new families for Easter. Now for Easter, if you get it for Easter, then Thanksgiving you will not. Now bear in mind, sometimes people's circumstances are still the same, and we don't want to leave them hanging, so we have to make special provision for that. And also with Feed the Needy, when different organizations, whoever submit their request for Feed the Needy, we have families who lives in extended stay hotels. They will not be getting that 10-pound bone-in ham that they actually have to cook. We make special provision for those families. We purchase the ham that's already pre-cooked to accommodate those families. Sometimes it may be 9, 10, 15, but whatever that number is, when it comes to us, we make sure that we accommodate that family, that they're not left out.
Very nice. So as you see, ladies and gentlemen, the idea is to feed the needy, and it is not to create a situation where they say, oh, you know what, I'm being fed anyway, so let me fall under the needy category and not work, or just keep on receiving free food. That is not what is being done over here. It is really being given to the needy, and these families are not necessarily repeated. It is extended to other families as well, which also means that the need is increasing. So apart from these wonderful organizations that are already feeding the needy, we want other organizations, individuals also to donate and also to volunteer for generous and noble cause. So I already mentioned the website. What is a number they can reach out to?
Area code 901-482-1114.
That is the number. And before we end this session, is there something that you want people to know?
What I want people to know is that Feed the Needy really needs it's three things that you can do. We need your time, your talent, and your treasure. And so now with Feed the Needy, we, like other organizations, funding. The food pipeline now is very, very tight. We have to go in early to do a projection as to how many families that we're going to try to impact and get the food ordered just in time so we can get it out of this warehouse to the many homes. This is a program that I am really passionate about, and I share this with everybody. When we started with Feed the Needy back in 1994, during the Thanksgiving holiday, I cooked from 94 to 97.
Oh, wow.
Once that number increased from 50 households to 125 in 97, I do not cook at my house at all because my job is, I want to make sure everybody else eat. I eat last. I want to make sure all the other families who have been recommended to Feed the Needy, we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can feed as many people as we can. For Thanksgiving, we had 242,000 pounds of food to come out this warehouse. So that's what we sent out this door for
that
Thanksgiving.
gives a newer definition to the term host.
Yeah.
You're feeding everybody else and then eating last. Thank you so much. Lieutenant Pope, do you want to end with something that you want to share?
Yeah, just like say, as the need increases, we need more boots on the ground. We started this operation out with building boxes for the food to go in. So if you can't donate funding, you can donate some time, come help us build the boxes, and then get that done. Put together 5,000 boxes, go out, and then we come back on a week or two later and start filling the boxes. We can use your help. I like to say, boots on the ground operation. Come help us build boxes and give to the needy families in Shelby County.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Sandeep Vednikar, and you have been listening and looking at One Universe, which is based on the non-profit One Universe that promotes positivity through the promotion of love, peace, and harmony. And as you see and have seen, that love, peace, and harmony is being spread right here from Feed the Needy. Thank you so much. Until next time, have a great time. And when you tune in to our channel, know that you are going to be energized by something as positive as this is. Thank you so much and have a great day. And thank you everyone. Hello everybody. We have a group of volunteers here for Feed the Needy, and they are going to introduce yourselves. So, with you, sir.
My name is Johnny Bromley. I am the Vice President for Feed the Needy, and I've been working with Ms. Ruth for 25 years.
Okay, Miss Ruth.
My name is Ruth Banks, and I am the Chairman and CEO of Feed the Needy for 29 years.
All right.
Sergeant Katie McKinney with the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. I've been volunteering with Feed the Needy for 5 years.
Oh.
Lieutenant Michael Pope, Shelby County Sheriff's Office, volunteer for Feed the Needy for 5 years.
Fred Jackson, work with Feed the Needy, and I've been working with Miss Ruth for 29 years.
Terrence Mims, detective with the Sheriff's Office. I've been doing volunteering with the Feed the Needy for 5 years.
Greg Buchanan, Shelby County Sheriff's Office. I've been volunteering for 5 years.
Richard Cooper, I've been volunteering for 5 years. We all love Ruth.
Okay, and you also said that you are her personal bodyguard?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Your volunteering is really appreciated, not by just Feed the Needy, but everybody who is needy in Memphis and Shelby County. So thank you so much.